the night journey and ascension, Isra and Mi'raj, the heart of the sacred city of Mecca. Under a sky of stars and silence, a miraculous journey began, one that would forever shape the spiritual landscape of Islam. This was the night of Isra and Mi'raj, an extraordinary event in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, filled with divine encounters, celestial travels, and profound lessons. Context and background. The event of Isra and Mi'raj occurred during a period known as the Year of Sorrow, Am al-Huzn, when the Prophet Muhammad faced immense personal loss and hardship. He had lost his beloved wife, Khadijah, who was his greatest supporter, and his uncle Abu Talib, who had protected him from the Quraysh's persecution. On top of these emotional blows, his mission in Ta'if was met with rejection and abuse. It was during this bleak and painful time that Allah granted him a unique spiritual journey as a form of consolation and reaffirmation of his divine mission. The night journey, Isra. The first part of the journey is called Isra, the night journey from Mecca to Jerusalem. According to Islamic tradition, one night the angel Gabriel, came to the Prophet Muhammad while he was resting near the Kaaba. Gabriel brought with him a mystical winged creature named Burak, described as being larger than a donkey but smaller than a mule, with the ability to travel at unimaginable speeds. The Prophet mounted Burak, and in the blink of an eye, they arrived at Masjid Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. This journey of over 1,200 kilometers, which would have taken weeks by camel, was completed in an instant. When he arrived, Muhammad found that many of the previous prophets, such as Adam, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, peace be upon them all, were gathered there. He led them in prayer, signifying his role as the final prophet and the continuation of their shared divine message. Masjid Al-Aqsa, already a revered site in Jewish and Christian traditions, was now spiritually connected to Islam as well, marking it as the third holiest site for Muslims. The ascension, Mi'raj after leading the prayer in Jerusalem, the second phase of the journey began. Mi'raj, the ascension to the heavens. With Jibril as his guide, the Prophet was taken from the rock, now housed within the dome of the rock, and ascended through the 7 heavens. At each level, he met different prophets and received greetings and affirmations of his mission. First heaven, he met Adam, the father of humanity, who welcomed him with joy. Second heaven, he met Isa, Jesus, and Yahya, John the Baptist. Third heaven, there he encountered Yusuf, Joseph, whose beauty amazed all. Fourth heaven, he met Idris, Enoch. Fifth heaven, he met Harun, Aaron. Sixth heaven, he saw Musa, Moses. Seventh heaven, finally, he met Ibrahim, Abraham, who was sitting near the Bait al-Ma'mur, a heavenly Kaaba visited daily by 70,000 angels. Each of these encounters was filled with wisdom and brotherhood, but one of the most significant meetings was with Moses, who played a key role in what came next. Beyond the veils, after passing through the 7 heavens, the Prophet reached a place known as Sidrat al-Muntaha, the lote tree of the utmost boundary. This is a realm beyond which no creation may pass. Even Jibril himself stopped there. It was here that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was granted a direct audience with Allah. During this divine encounter, one of the most important commandments in Islam was established: the 5 daily prayers, Salat. Originally, Allah prescribed 50 daily prayers for the believers. As the Prophet descended, he met Moses, who advised him to return and ask for a reduction, citing his own experience with the children of Israel. The Prophet returned repeatedly, and after several appeals, the number of prayers was finally reduced to 5, a manageable number, yet with the reward of 50. This exchange showed not only divine mercy, but also the compassion of the Prophet Muhammad toward his followers. The return to earth. After this journey of immense spiritual depth, the Prophet was returned to Mecca before dawn. The entire journey had taken place in a single night. When he told the people of Mecca what had happened, many mocked and disbelieved him. They found it hard to believe that someone could travel to Jerusalem and ascend through the heavens in just one night. However, the Prophet remained steadfast, and some of his followers, most notably Abu Bakr, accepted his account without hesitation. This unwavering belief earned Abu Bakr the title of As-Siddiq, the truthful one. Significance and legacy. The journey of Isra and Mi'raj holds deep spiritual meaning for Muslims around the world. Affirmation of the Prophet's role. Leading the other prophets in prayer solidified Muhammad's status as the final messenger and the spiritual leader of humanity. Connection between earth and heaven. The event reminds believers of the link between the earthly life and the divine realm, encouraging them to maintain their faith even in the darkest times. Establishment of prayer. The 5 daily prayers were not just rituals, they were a divine gift received in the presence of Allah Himself, reinforcing their importance in daily life. Faith and trust. The reaction of Abu Bakr symbolizes the true spirit of faith, to believe even in the unseen, trusting in the truth of God's message. Divine consolation. For the Prophet, it was a reassurance from Allah that he was not alone, even when faced with grief and rejection. Commemoration. Every year, Muslims commemorate Isra and Mi'raj on the 27th night of the Islamic month of Rajab. It is a night of reflection, prayer, and gratitude. Though the event is miraculous, its core lessons remain profoundly human. Hope in hardship, the importance of prayer, and the eternal connection between the Creator and His creation. Conclusion. The story of Isra and Mi'raj is more than a miraculous tale. It is a journey of the soul, a reminder of the spiritual heights humans are capable of reaching, and a beacon of light in times of darkness. It speaks to the essence of faith, to trust the unseen, to persevere through trials, and to stay connected to the divine through prayer and devotion.